Hey guys, it is past midnight right now and I can't sleep, so I was like, yeah, why not record another video with the script that I wrote months ago that I ended up not recording until now because my old computer, pretty much broke. At least the iMovie thing. Sorry if I'm shirtless. I'm trying to, not, like, hide it a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Just a little bit. So, anyways, before I start the main subject material of the video, I just want to be clear that these are my opinions that I have formed based on current and past events. And America, man, America is not the greatest country in the world, not even close. And before anyone comes at me, hear me out. My parents came to America in November of 2004, expecting it to be a much better than India, because that's where they were born and raised. However, over the years of living in America, they soon came to the realization that it was just like any other country. It has its own social issues, economic problems, etc., blah, blah, blah. Now, don't get me wrong, I am grateful that I grew up in America. It truly has given me so many valuable opportunities. However, there have been times when the cracks have started to show. I especially remember learning about America's problematic history and how certain people want to simply brush it under the rug. They want us to forget about slavery, how they basically eradicated Native Americans, racism, segregation, inherent sexism, violence against queer people like me, and all those horrible acts that were done over the relatively short life of our nation that's still existing. Like, it's a very young country compared to a lot of other countries in this world. Anyways, it's all to uphold a fake image of America being a great place, quote unquote. Well, here is the reality. All that stuff that keeps getting brushed under the rug is still a huge problem today. There still is institutional racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, and so much more. In fact, let me share one of my experiences. A few years ago, me and my sister were at a Walmart and we were in the technology section. Well, there was a white employee that kept coming up to us and asking if they can help me, but I knew there was an ulterior motive. First of all, we were the only people in the tech section who weren't white. Let that sink in for a second. Anyways, proceeding. Also, when they confronted us for one final time, they basically asked us to get out of the section, and I overheard them calling security. Let that also sink in. Racist bitch ass. Anyways, me and my sister got out of there as soon as we could, and I left that Walmart feeling super upset and angry. The unfortunate truth is, I'm not alone. Incidents like this happen every single day all over the country. It's just more proof that significant work needs to be done. Now, let me share a story about the fucked up health insurance in this country. A few years ago, we discovered that I had flat feet. It's a condition where your feet don't have arches. Like, your feet normally should have like an arch in the middle, but mine are just flat. Anyways, this condition can cause a lot of pain. Yep, it has been causing chronic pain, and I hate it. I want to die. Joking, half joking. Um, so we've tried a lot of the off-shelf insoles. Nothing worked. We consulted a podiatrist eventually, and he told us that I needed custom insoles. So we reached out to the insurance company to see if they would cover it. They refused to do so, so we had to pay that money out of pocket. That's $600 down the fucking drain. That's fucking ridiculous. And let me tell you another time when medical insurance has failed me. I have been struggling with my mental health, as I said in the previous video, um, for a few years now. And eventually we decided that I needed a therapist. This was the first time I actually went to see a therapist. Up until then, I'd only been seeing counselors through Peace Health, which was just a shitty experience. Like, that's for a topic for a whole other video, but let's just get that out of the way. So unfortunately, we realized that no matter which one we checked, they did not cover our insurance. So we had to pay out of pocket, and it says in the script here that we are still paying out of pocket. I am not actually with that therapist anymore. I eventually got into a group therapy program that I was thankfully it was covered by insurance, but out of pocket it was $40,000, which is just fucking insane. But yeah. But anyways, now I'm with a therapist where my insurance is actually covered. Now the script doesn't mention this because it was written months ago. But anyways, now you're up to date on that. I might have mentioned this in the previous video, or maybe this is the first video you're watching of me. If so, welcome. Thank you. But yeah. And I just want to say our healthcare system, it's broken beyond fucking belief. Oh my god, bro. And something that saddens me even more is that there are people who have it even worse than I do when it comes to health insurance. And now I would also like to briefly bring up our broken justice system. It incarcerates so many people, and some of those people even turn out to be innocent. And they get jailed for like 20 years. 20 years of their life just down the drain. Could you imagine 20 years of your life locked in a jail cell? Yeah, I didn't think so. I can't either. I've never been imprisoned. And this is especially the case for people who aren't white, because this country's racist as fuck. They aren't treated fairly at all, and then get thrown in jail for a crime they didn't commit. It's corrupt, very corrupt, and frankly needs significant reform. Then there is the violence that is usually directed towards minorities and queer people. It's gotten so bad that I fear for my safety every single day. Mind you, I live in an area that is actually pretty good at treating people fairly and equally. However, that fear, it still lingers. It still lingers with me when I brush my teeth, when I go to bed, when I wake up in the morning, when I'm doing household chores. It's always lingering. Now, after saying all this, what should you all take away? You should take away that America is not the greatest country in the world. It's just like any other country, and our systems need to be reformed. And I appreciate you for listening to this, again, very rant-like video, and I hope that you have a nice day, night, whatever time zone you're in, or what time you're watching this. Anyways, thank you.